Alright, what's up everybody? I just wanted to kind of make a quick little New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day, I guess, video. First of all I want to say is Happy New Year. It is 2024. Hopefully it goes better than 2023 and the previous years did for everybody, including myself. Been doing kind of a little bit of stuff on the car here. I'm going to show you in a sec. But I also have another problem that came with the new brakes in the front. My son came over yesterday, and in the last video I was talking about entering in the Autorama Piston Power Show, big indoor car show. It's in April, and you have to fill out a form to enter, and they also want a couple of pictures of the car. Well, I really don't have a whole lot of pictures of this car when it was all together with the wheels on it, everything sitting on the ground. So I told my son if he's going to come out, I said, why don't you come out if you can, and we'll put the grill on it and put the wheels back on and get it on the ground and take some pictures and whatnot. So he did, and there's a couple issues. So let me pause you. I'll put it in the other so you guys can see what's going on, because it'd be hard to do it in this mode here. And I'll show you what we got. So hold on guys, we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Okay, so the first thing, by the way, if you guys have not subscribed or commented or click the thumbs up or whatever, do that. It helps the channel and it helps people see the videos, I guess. But yeah, this thing's going to be pretty cool. Done a lot to it over the last few months when I got it back in the summer. Okay, so if you guys saw the last video, you guys saw I put the new brake rotors came. I put those on, got the front brakes all on. Now I do got to tell you this real quick. After I put these on, after the last video, I had a little issue with the driver's side brake pads going on, and I had an issue with the the spindles where you put the nut on the outside of the spindle there. I put them on, the nuts, and where the cotter pins go was probably a good 1/4 inch away from the nut. So the cotter pins wouldn't have done anything unless the nut actually came loose, like a 1/4 inch back on the thread. So I had to take it all back apart. And when I bought the kit for the brake caliper mounts, it came with spacers for the rear bearing races. And it came with new races also, which I didn't put in at first. So I had to go back, I had to take the calipers all back off, I had to take the races out of the back side of the calipers, put the spacers in, put the new races in, and then it came with also like the washer is in the front by where the front nut is there. Behind that washer with the tooth, there's a spacer washer that goes in there, which I had those in already. So yeah, the whole fiasco. So now the brakes fit a lot better, and the cotter pins work. I actually got the right cotter pins now, so the front's all good to go. The problem is, I'm going to step in front of the camera here. The problem is, the wheels that were on there now don't fit because this lug pattern is bigger than this, which I thought they'd be the same, and I guess I didn't check. I guess that qualifies me as a dumbass. I don't know. But yeah, now the wheels don't fit. So there's a few things I can do. And I actually bought a template. It's a plastic template. I put it over this. I would put some nuts on it to hold it in place. And it has all the different lug patterns on the template for like a GM or whatever. So I would put it on there, and then it would show me where the other one's got to go. I would use I got a set of transfer punches, which are a bunch of different punches and different diameters that fit the hole perfectly, so you can't like do it in the wrong spot. Put a dimple, re-drill new holes, and reuse the same studs. And that would put the plug pattern a little bit further this way or this way, whatever, but it would be another set of holes in the caliper, or I mean in the rotor. So I could do that. I did buy the template. I might do that, or I can get a set of wheel spacers with the right pattern to fit that, which would bring this out. I think they're 1 inch thick, which honestly the way this car looked, and some of you guys have been watching for a while remember probably how it looked with the front wheels on it. The front wheels kind of set in a little further than I liked. I thought it looked kind of goofy. So I may just put the spacers on it. I think it'd be easier. Then I don't want to mess up these brand new rotors. If something was to happen, not saying I would mess them up, but if something didn't go right or whatever, I mean, that's $150 just in rotors right there. You know what I mean? So I may just get the spacers to change the pattern on to fit the wheels. Like I said, they could use a little more outward stance-wise, I think, in the front. That's just my thought, though. You guys have any? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. I don't know. Also, my son was at one of the local, well, not local to me, but a local pull-apart junkyard, and he grabbed me some rotors. Drums. Sorry, brake drums. And he also grabbed these 2 bars, which I needed for the rear on the one side. Didn't have it. So I got those. They need cleaned up a little bit. They sat in the back of his truck in the rain. This one had, for some reason, that one's got grease all inside of it. I don't know why, but that's why it looks different, but they're off the same vehicle. And also I ordered all the parts for the rear brakes. The shoes, all new shoes. Two sets of hardware and 2 new wheel cylinders I ordered for the rear here. And then I'd like to, probably the next 2 weeks or so, I got to measure this, make sure it's going to work. I want to get the air shocks I'm going to put air shocks back here to adjust my height and my ride softness or hardness, whatever. And so we'll be doing stuff in the back here pretty soon. Hopefully the brake parts for the rear come this week, and we can start messing with that. I do have to take those brake drums and clean them up. I'm going to spray them with some brake cleaner, clean all the grease and whatnot off of that, and then clean them up, put them on. Well, we get ready to put on, and put some paint on them so they look nice. But yeah, so that's what's going on with the rear, and then after that it'll be rear shocks. I might make some traction bars coming off of that. The U-bolt plate there where the U-bolts go through. I might make something to go up to the front where the leaf spring mounts, because these leaf springs I think they're original. And I cannot find any aftermarket ones at all. Of course, I didn't take any measurements, but I've looked them up a little bit. I haven't been able to find much as far as maybe getting stiffer springs. So we're probably going to just do the air shocks, and I'll make some slapper bars, kind of traction bar kind of things for now. I want to make ladder bars for it, but right now, I don't know if I'll have time to do all that and get it all ready for this show. So, other than that, we messed around a little bit with some of the other little stuff while he was here. I bought this bracket for the, damn it. Sorry about that. I got a 700 R4 trans in this thing, which has an overdrive. It's basically a 4-speed automatic. And I needed this bracket here. Trying to get where you can see. I'm holding my tripod because it doesn't go up high enough. Anyway, I need this bracket where this cable mounts. This is your kick down TV cable, they call it. But I also had to modify this to fit this bolt pattern on the carb, where the carb bolts on. So that was a bunch of messing around. We finally did get that all hooked up. It's not hooked up here yet because I don't have the right stuff to hook it to this arm on the carb, But yeah, I still need to figure out. I got a throttle cable, but I don't know. I got to come up with a way to put it in this hole and secure it somehow. There's probably something I can buy, I'm sure. But yeah, we did that. We finished up securing the down at the bottom of the column. There's a couple bolts, right? You could probably see them right there. I was able to get 3 bolts in. The other one was just kind of down where I couldn't really get nothing in there. So we got 3 bolts holding it in with nylock nuts, which is what I've been using a lot of on this thing, just so stuff don't come loose. So the column's secured. There's some stuff, once I get the brakes, or before I get the brake parts, if I come out here and I got to do some stuff, I want to do some stuff inside. because there's some patches I have to make. The floor has some like access panels, I guess you would call them, that were taken off and never put back on. Let me adjust you guys here a second. There goes the front tire. So there's 3 holes, as you can see, 2 right above the transmission and this one right here. I need to put patches there. Those are some kind of panels that they put in the car originally. And I gotta do something with the shifter. I want to move it over a little bit. And it's right now, I guess because there's no patch panel in that center part, but it kind of wobbles side to side a little bit when you really move it. So I think once I put a panel on that, it'll probably stiffen that up right there. But I do want to move it over a little bit. So I want to get the shifter hooked up too. Get that all, because that's the only thing really left with the driveline other than the rear brakes and suspension that I have to work on. Other than that, I mean, we got a couple little patch panels to make, like one right here, one on the other side. It's not quite as bad. And then the 3 obvious ones, and the floor should be good. I'm just going to clean it up real good. I'll put black paint on that. I got to get a steering wheel, so I haven't done that yet. I haven't really been spending a lot of money on parts lately because I haven't had it, but I got to finish cleaning the car out, actually, so we can finish the interior up at some point soon. I also was messing around with this here. This is all a nightmare going on, but I kind of figured out how it's got to go. I just don't have the screws to attach everything. I got some, but they're too long and they're a little bit too thick. So I got to get some thinner screws. But I just figured I'd kind of go over what we've been doing a little bit here and there, not much. Mostly just been messing around with dumb stuff lately because I haven't had any big money to spend. So, but yeah, she's still sitting there on jack stands just like it was a while ago. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, you want to see this thing. And I also got the 64 Impala. We're going to be starting on that in the spring, which I know isn't, it's still a few months away, but still. Hopefully this thing will be running and driving by then. Once we get past the rear end stuff, it should go pretty quick, hopefully, with this one. So, yeah. So, anyways, like I said, like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Definitely comment if you want. And we'll see you on the next video. Happy New Year's, guys, and thanks for watching.